because of this symbolic things, we made idea of this image of this symbol, and this joint process is been visualized.
So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, of course I'm looking forward now since she put me.
What we are having here is so what we are having here we say like hotpot, right?
Out of the 1990s, it went up. So around 2000 we had the internet bubble. It burst, so the market went down. But you have quality, you have diversification, and my question is, what happened? Any idea?
Quality doesn't really matter if rationale is down.
Sorry?
In the crisis, rationale is down, so quality doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah, okay. Right. But a lot of people thought, hey, I'm protected, I'm diversified, I have quality, and
If it's no sell, it doesn't matter.
exactly, it doesn't matter for the long term. Not a mistake in thinking. We got that later on. Okay. Yeah, we have a lot to discuss. But no, let's go back to this situation. Of course, what's your age?
25.
25. Now, here's the idea that if you don't sell, there's no problem. So it's only a paper loss, right? I always say, papieren verlies is verlies dat in de papieren kan lopen. That's difficult for people to translate these jokes into Chinese, okay? But this is a saying in Dutch. Now, there's a lot of misunderstanding with regards to quality diversification. And I see a lot of people doing the same thing nowadays because they believe this is the best strategy going forward. Now my point is this, we're not all 25, okay? You have the greatest assets that I have lost, okay? Time. Very simple. If I have money now and I want to invest and I think, okay, I buy a nice portfolio, well diversified, not only in stocks, of course, I also need bonds and real estate and maybe cryptos or bitcoins a bit and maybe a bit of gold, and I have a very well diversified portfolio. Say, okay, you're doing a great job. Now let's see what's going to happen. Whether that's an interesting or whether that's a crisis-proof portfolio. Now I don't know whether we get a crisis or not. All I know is that we live in a world where we had very interesting policies from the central banks. Okay. And the central banks are now getting a little bit nervous. Of course, they can't tell you because they will do that in a very interesting way to manage this situation. Okay, so that's another topic. We need to address what's going on in the world and what are central banks doing, what could be the impact for your wealth, okay, or for your company or whatever you have. Now, then I see a lot of mass hysteria, a lot of people doing the same thing because they believe this is a great strategy. I have some other beliefs with regards to this strategy because I've been seeing that, for instance, in the year 2000, I met a guy. He was 67 years old, sold his business. He got 1.6 million, went to a private bank, and a minute later he had a nice, well-diversified portfolio. Then what happened? Nobody, of course, expected that. We had 2000, internet bubble burst. Then we had these crazy guys in 2001, September 9/11. Market went a bit down. Then the whole recession came, and 3 years later, this Robeco fund, okay, went down. Okay, not 10%, not 20%, not 30%, not 40%, not 50%. It went down 62%. Now, of course, it all doesn't matter. So this guy said, oh, don't worry, I'm 67 years old. If I don't sell, I don't have a loss. Right? So he had no problem with his stomach. He had no problem with his heart. Everything was fine. He smiled like always because he said, oh, my banker tells me in the long run it will all be fine. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like, he doesn't have that much time. That's the,
Okay.
that's the problem.
So he lost. You never felt so happy that you had time, right? Oh, I have time. Oh, great, I have time. Yeah, it's the most precious thing you have. Make sure of that. So what happened in this circumstance? It's like, hey, let's analyze what happens here. This portfolio was built by the greatest minds